Hey girls, just wanted to go through a couple clips from last week. Mostly it's going to be defensive shape and transitioning to defend clips. In the beginning, there's some attacking clips and a couple on our throw-ins and how valuable and dangerous they can be. As a reminder, these are just for everyone's benefit. So if just because you're in a clip where we're looking at something that we can maybe improve on, it's essentially there for everybody to look at, in terms of their position, and they might be in that situation moving forward. So, of course, get in touch with any questions. But first, we're going to look just at some in possession shape. Now, on this secured pass here, sorry, it's a quick clip. So Chelsea has the ball, and as she plays it in to Madison, I think Madison, what needs to be done here, because when you see the number of players that are all in this area, instead of playing Izzy into a 1v3, maybe we can think about opening up here, and Lily getting out here. And then if we can spread them out here, then it'll free up the middle for Olivia or Kate to get on the ball. So again, thinking just instead of just hitting the ball here, can we create a big shape and get the ball under control? Just looking at this situation here, there's a lot of tight space possession going on. It's a quality example. We get the ball under control. Let's get it on the ground. And then opening up here is really good. So now we've got a little bit more space, but you can still see how dense they are in this area. So sometimes we want to maybe open them up. And what's great about this is we didn't have to, because of the good combination here from Georgia and Olivia, and ultimately Allison taking a quick touch and hitting the strike. So again, really the coaching point is, as soon as we played that ball back, it gave us a little bit more room. It gave us a little bit more room to, pull them out a little bit, and then we were able to play it into space. So again, a few throw-in clips just to show, it doesn't always have to be launched in, just making sure that all of you at anytime, Birdie or Lily on her side are going to throw the ball into the 18, what kind of success we can get from it. As you can see, if we don't put them under pressure on these, if we don't have numbers in, then it's really difficult to score. So, just a positive look at, what kind of things can happen as soon as we, as soon as we launch the ball into the area, or just as long as we're ready to attack. So now we're going to take a look. The rest of the clips are all, defensive shape. And some of the themes you're going to see are, are we dropping back when there's the potential for a long ball? Are we, our outside backs dropping back to protect the space in behind? And, are we covering for each other? So in this situation here, this is actually a good example of our midfield working back. However, you can start to see the situation here, which now we're in a 3v3 with our three defenders. Our three defenders are having to deal with an even number situation. So the scenario here that we want to fix is once the ball goes out there, Lily, and again, you're going to see that outside backs are constantly putting themselves in this position. If you're going to be up here, we've got to win the ball. Otherwise, it's best to drop back. And allow, the reason we have four midfielders is allow these players to slide over and help. That should be Izzy there. Slide over and help. Because again, you see the 3v3, and now there's an unbalanced shape here with Hope, Madison, and Alexis. And, obviously Lily's up here. So we're basically allowing them to play through our gaps. That went to Kate, but now we're going to see very similar here. Okay, so now Lily's gone. So it's important for these players to start dropping back because Lily is up. Another 3v3. So again, if the midfielders don't drop back to help, we're going to leave ourselves open or exposed to these situations here. And again, fortunately, Hope gets over and puts her under enough pressure that the shot goes wide, but you can see the theme happening here. Here's Madison stepping in, okay, and leaving Alexis in a 1v1. So the idea here would be, instead of stepping, drop in and have a back four shape, allow your midfield to slide over because that way we don't have these situations because we're 2v2. And a general rule of thumb, we always want to have outnumber the opponent when we're defending. So we always want to have, if they have 2 forwards, we want to have 3 defenders. If they have 3 forwards, then we want to have 4 defenders. And again, this situation here, so Lily, even though you see that Hope's gone, it's really important that you're getting back here even further. So once we've lost possession, make sure that you're getting back here so that you can cover Hope in the middle of the field. She's got to be able to slide. You've got to be able to slide. And again, think about the point with Madison stepping up into that space. She could have been back here protecting the space. And again, as we look at the ECNL game, there's going to be similar situations where the opponent actually scored. Okay, so we've got the ball under pressure, and we've lost it. Look how many players we have out of position or not behind the ball. There's no pressure on her initially. Right here, Allison's not going to be able to get 8 yards to the ball real quick because she's about to hit it. So once we see she's about to hit it, that's the cue right there. This is the cue, leg back. Once we see that's going to happen, now we need to make sure that we're back, we're back, we're back, and we're back. Okay, so this is a back 4 versus 2, and unfortunately we didn't drop back, and we're not talking about drop back 20 yards. We're just saying drop back 5 yards. Give yourself room to step up to the ball. No pressure on the ball here. Birdie's getting there. So again, can we have a shape that is more like a flat back? Because look at our players here. We're good. She's working back. Chelsea's here. But look at our shape. Madison, we want you to be back here along the lines, and then that way the ball doesn't get through so easily. And again, Hope can cover. That's great. But we want to try and avoid that situation at the half. Now, the angle for the camera here is a little bit worse off because of the height, but we can still see some things right here. This Great Falls player doesn't have any pressure on the ball, and you can see, I think that's Birdie there stepping in while players are dropping or are going in behind. So we really got to be careful there in that situation. Same thing here. Now we look at the other side. As Alexis steps in, it's really important here that Birdie drops back like she does, but now she's gone. She's working back. And then this clearance here, we need to end up over here. We need to get the ball away from pressure so that we don't give them a second or third attempt. And it's a great save from Kate there. Look at our line. It's pretty good in the back. Pretty good in the back. You can see that if you check your shoulder here, Birdie, she's pointing. She wants the ball here. So drop in a little bit behind. Alexis drop in. Lily drop in as well. And then if she plays it on the ground, we can always step up. But now we're allowing her to go in behind, and now we're in trouble. Okay, so in this situation here, as she gets past Alexis on that, this is the situation where we need to make sure we're tight. And Lily, you want to make sure you're really tight on her. Don't worry about the shot from that angle. That's what Kate has covered. She's going to cover her near post. But if a service comes in, we want to be really, really tight on the player. It's an effort to get there, and that's the one place she could have put the ball where Kate didn't have it covered. Same thing, it's our punt. We didn't step up the lines fast enough. And again, we see where the ball is served in. And again, there's no pressure on the service. And that's going to happen. But can we be tight on the ball right here, tight on the ball? And then Megan, could we have been slid over 5-7 yards to be able to cover the middle of the field just in case. And unfortunately for us, it was just a good opportunity and a good goal for them to tie it. So hopefully all of this helps. I tried to go quick and give you some key points. And obviously, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. See you this weekend.